is Swope Soccer Village in Kansas City, Missouri, and a beautiful night for the National Women's Soccer League. Tonight, we bring you a rematch of last year's championship game, the home side FC Kansas City, the champions, and the team they beat, the Seattle Reign. Throughout the game today, we'll be joined by Jillian Carroll on the sidelines with reports and updates, and joining us up here in the broadcast booth is Molly Dreska, who trains with the team throughout the week and is a reserve player with FC Kansas City as well. And Molly, you couldn't ask for a better night for soccer in Kansas City.
You're right, Brad. The weather is beautiful, and I'm just excited to see this rematch and what the girls have to bring tonight.
It certainly was an exciting championship last year. Amy Rodriguez with a pair of goals. Her first season back, she took 2013 off. Her and her husband had a child. She came back with she just kind of tore the league apart and settled the championship for the Blues. Home side FC Kansas City, coached by Vlatko Andonovski in his third year as head coach, of course, leading the team to the championship last year. FC Kansas City comes in with a record of 0-2-0, which of course is 0 points. In seventh place after 2 games, they had a 1-0 loss at home to Sky Blue FC to open the season and lost last weekend 3-1 to the Washington Spirit. Just one change to Coach Andonovski's side as Sarah Hagen will jump in at forward to replace Yale Averbush. So the forwards will be Sarah Hagen and Amy Rodriguez, supported by Heather O'Reilly, Lauren Holliday, Jen Buskowski, Erica Timrak, and the back four, Amy Lepelbit, Becca Moros, Leanne Robinson, and Becky Sauerbrunn, and in goal, longtime U.S. international Nicole Barnhart. For the Seattle Reign, they are coached by Laura Harvey, NWSL Coach of the Year in her third year as the coach. Remember that first year for Seattle was so tough. The 0-9-1 start. They didn't have Hope Solo. Amy Rodriguez, who was with the Reign at the time, was unavailable. And they've rebounded big time. So far this year, 1-1-0 with 3 points in fourth place. They pounded Western New York 5-1 in the opener. Megan Rapinoe with a hat trick for the Reign. They fell 3-2 away to Chicago on a late goal last weekend. And we are just about ready to go. Molly will talk a little bit about the change up top for FC Kansas City with Sarah Hagen going into the starting lineup, and what is the reason that they decided to make a change up top?
It's definitely a tactical change. We spoke with Andonovski before the match, and it's just going to give FC Kansas City a lot more numbers up top, having Hagen up there to assist with Rodriguez, so every time she gets the ball, she's not by herself taking on a bunch of people headed to goal.
FC Kansas City will be in the blue tops, the white shorts, and the blue socks, moving from our left to our right. The Seattle Reign will be in the white tops, white shorts, white socks, moving from our right to our left. Just one change for the Seattle Reign from last game. Kylie Winters is in place of Amber Brooks. And it's Megan Rapinoe and Beverly Yanez up top with Kim Little, Kylie Winters, Jessica Fishlock, and Merritt Mathias, the former FC Kansas City player. Along the back, Laura Barnes, Stephanie Cox, Kendall Fletcher, and Ellie Reed. Seattle Reign with possession now. And Molly, when you watch Seattle over the last couple of years, it really is Kim Little who drives that offense and kind of drives them forward from the middle of the pitch.
She's a really quick player, so she's always looking when she gets the ball, if she can drive into the space that's ahead of her as fast as possible, and then she'll dish it off or slip someone in through behind.
There's Fishlock. She'll be one to cause trouble as well, and she tries to get it up the line, pick out Rapinoe, and that will roll over the touchline. This will be a throw-in for FC Kansas City on the near side. Be Leanne Robinson to take it for the Blues. And Rapinoe is asking her to take a few steps back. Inserting her well. Of course, Megan Rapinoe about to head to the World Cup to represent the United States. And if you're watching this game tonight, you're seeing fully 1/3 of the U.S. women's national team that will be at the World Cup in Canada here. And they'll leave for training right after this game tomorrow. But, Molly, there certainly is some of the world's top talent on display tonight.
Absolutely agree. It's nice having the girls here for the first 3 matches of the season. It was a little bit tough because when they came back just 2 days before the home opener. But I think the way that Andonovski's system works, it's simple. You just keep the ball and try to go forward when the moment's right. And these are the types of players that are able to aid in keeping possession and can pick out those absolutely key moments to get forward.
Jen Buskowski, and she'll get it up for Sarah Hagen, making her first start. She has appeared twice before. And Kim Little just spinning on a dial in the middle, finds Fishlock. And that's nicely broken up by Amy Lepelbit, the longtime U.S. international. Now Seattle Reign making a move again, and Jen Buskowski in there. Chops it down, but she got the ball. Jen Buskowski, that is her game. She is a tough, hard-nosed player in the middle, and they will do their best to close down Kim Little of Seattle. And now FC Kansas City has a chance. Sarah Hagan on the move, and a shot from the outside, and it falls away. Hope Solo smart to let it roll. This will be a goal kick, and speaking of the World Cup, Hope Solo about to join the U.S. national team as well. And, of course, we all know that earlier this year she had to spend a few weeks away from the team for some off-the-field issues. And I asked Becky Sauerbrunn, defender for FC Kansas City, a few days ago about Hope Solo coming back into the group, and if it's just easy and automatic when she slips in. She said, yep, they don't skip a beat. Now this will be Stephanie Cox for Seattle trying to pick out Little. That's turned away by Buskowski. And there is Little. Handled by Leanna Robinson. Now this could be on. Beverly Inez up forward trying to get Rapinoe, and Nicole Barnhart does a nice job of coming out. And Nicole Barnhart spent a lot of years backing up Hope Solo with the national team. You're seeing the two best goalkeepers in NWSL tonight. There's Lauren Holiday. She'll be going to the World Cup. Seattle trying to play a little long ball, and Becky Sauerbrunn will usher it out of town. Speaking of the World Cup, Becky Sauerbrunn also going to the World Cup, representing the United States. And Seattle will have Megan Rapinoe and Hope Solo on the World Cup team. FC Kansas City will have Amy Rodriguez, Lauren Holiday, Heather O'Reilly, and Becky Sauerbrunn. Quite an august group on this field tonight between both teams. This will be a free kick for the Blues. Lauren Holiday, of course. Holiday going to try to go right down the middle to get Sarah Hagan involved. Amy Rodriguez is calling out to Leanna Robinson where she wants her next time. Stephanie Cox will play it back. Heather O'Reilly charging in. Heather O'Reilly opened her account for FC Kansas City in that 3-1 loss over the weekend. Little, Rapinoe, Fishlock. Fishlock's been one of the steadiest players in the NWSL for the past 2 seasons, now going into her 3rd season. Now this could be on for Seattle. Everybody moving forward. Now a shot with the left foot. It's deflected wide. Leanne Robinson is there trying to get it out. She does, but this will be a throw-in on the near side for Seattle with Stephanie Cox. And Molly, our first dangerous chance there for Seattle. Looked like a good build-up. They had everybody running forward.
Mara Mathias, who was with FC Kansas City last season. She's fast. She's really fast, so she's definitely going to run at the back line all game. And the shot got blocked on that one, but she's got to be careful when you give her too much space. She's going to look to take those shots.
And this will be a corner for Megan Rapinoe and the Seattle Reign. We'll see if they perhaps might pull a short corner here. Rapinoe will take the right-footed in-swinger. And the mixer is going, and she'll go far post. And that's headed back towards the goal and hits the top of the crossbar. And over. Another dangerous chance for Seattle. And Rapinoe, one of the best in the world at that. And of course, so is Lauren Holiday with FC Kansas City. Not out of danger yet are the Blues. This will be sent up to O'Reilly. Leanna Robinson will send it down the side. Amy Rodriguez, turn and burn from Holiday. It's a give and go, and it's Rodriguez. This could be on. Rodriguez running towards the 18, looking for Hagan. Crosses. Just doesn't quite link up. But a nice run by Amy Rodriguez. Beverly Inez. A nice offensive start to the season for Seattle. Runners up in the NWSL finals to the FC Kansas City Blues. Amy LaPelbit now out to Leanna Robinson. This worked the last time around. We'll see if they want to keep working that right side. And there's O'Reilly. That's turned away by Cox. Back to Rapinoe, and she's got Cox on the overlapping run. Still Cox. Sliding tackle by LaPelbit. Cox still has it. Sends it across the middle. Diving, sliding in is Jen Buskowski. Here's O'Reilly on the near side again. Playing all the way back, and this will be a throw-in for Seattle. Molly, when you watch Heather O'Reilly train with the team, I know she's only been here for a few days, but how has she fit in with the club?
O'Reilly's been a great addition to FC Kansas City. She's another quick player and really good on the ball, so she does some great combination plays, and her first goal in the last game was through a combination play and just a tricky finish, chipping it over the goalkeeper.
She'll be making her third trip to the World Cup in Canada. Now this is chipped up, looking for Little, and just a little bit too strong. Going to be a goal kick for FC Kansas City. Heather O'Reilly coming into the FC Kansas City squad for being acquired in a trade with the Boston Breakers. Morgan Marlborough, local kid for FC Kansas City, part of that trade along with Casey Coleman. O'Reilly started 21 of 22 games last year and had 9 goals for Boston. Big piece for Vlatko Andonovski to bring into the club. Now Rodriguez tips it back to Holiday, and here's O'Reilly making a run on the far side. Rodriguez making a run, and that's tipped away nicely by Seattle. And Lauren Barnes throw in for the Blues. Holiday back to Robinson. She'll spin and keep her opponent behind her. Lepelbitz, Becky Sauerbrunn. So you see the shadows crossing the field from the near side to the far side of this fantastic facility, Swope Soccer Village. The third home in 3 years for the Blues. And now Sarah Hagan lays it off. Rodriguez left-footed shot. It's blazed just over the top of the crossbar, but Molly, a good idea early to take one of those searching tests and see if you have something.
I think it was definitely a great play, playing it into Hagan and then her just laying it off to Rodriguez. That's exactly what we're looking for. Amy just got to get over that shot a little bit more. I know she'd want that one back.
What about this facility, Swope Soccer Village? This is a fantastic place. You can see the artificial fields in the background where Brookside Soccer Club, a youth league locally, plays, and this natural grass surface looks absolutely terrific.
It is beautiful. It's the 4th in the NWSL right now, along with Washington, Sky Blue, and Houston. Those are the only other teams in the league that have true grass surface. And actually, they just spent about $15.5 million to renovate this entire complex. So it's definitely one of the nicest venues out there.
Here's O'Reilly dancing on the ball, guarded by Cox. Holiday gets it to the middle, Buskowski, and she overshot Holiday just a little bit. And here's Rapinoe. She makes another move on Robinson. Boy, this is going to be a battle to watch all night. Rapinoe and Robinson, they are fighting tooth and nail. Now here's Rodriguez on the run again. Rodriguez moves back towards the middle, tries to pick out Hagan, and it's tipped away at the last second. Gathered up by Kylene Winters, another strong veteran player for this Seattle side. Now stripped away. Now look out, here's O'Reilly. Flag stays down, but it's a little bit past, and they'll cycle it back to Hope Solo, who tries to get it out of danger. And look at this, Lauren Holiday jumped right in. She has stood up. O'Reilly's not going to get to the corner before Rapinoe gets there. Boy, Rapinoe is end-to-end right now. Here's Lepelbitz settling it for the Blues. Robinson playing back to Becky Sauerbrunn, Olympic gold medalist. When I talked to O'Reilly and Sauerbrunn and Amy Rodriguez, they all have Olympic gold medals, and the one thing they don't have is a World Cup Finals trophy, and that's what they want this summer in Canada, Molly. And boy, it'd be great to see these players, 6 of them in total between the two teams, if they could bring the World Cup back for the U.S. It hasn't happened since 1999. It's hard to believe it's been that long.
It would be fantastic.
Here's Seattle. Fancy footwork by Merritt Mathias. Always a strong player when she played for the Blues. Spent her first 2 seasons in NWSL with FC Kansas City before being involved with the trade to Seattle. Always a strong player for the Blues, and Seattle got one heck of a pickup in the midfield. Back to Barnes. Cox on the near side. Trying to find something open. There's Fishlock. If you need somebody to bust through and find an opening, Fishlock is a player who can do that. Hard-nosed player for Seattle. Now they'll try the far side, and they're just going one side to the other, trying to unlock this FC Kansas City defense right now. And the Blues will try to counter, and Seattle gets it back. So we're kind of clogged up in the middle right now, and Seattle's going to break through. They have a chance. Kim Little almost goes down, keeps on her feet, keeps possession. Now everybody making a run. for Seattle. 1, 2, 3 players in the box. A left-footed shot just skips past the far post, but Seattle's now had 3 dangerous opportunities on the times when they've been able to break through.
Yeah, it's Matthias again on that outside flank, driving down and then cutting inside and taking that left-footed shot. I think there's always something a little bit special about playing against a team that you used to be on.
All right, Matthias made 16 starts and 20 appearances for the Blues last year, and before that, 22 appearances and 19 starts. A couple of goals in her career. Very reliable player for Coach Andonovski. This will be a throw-in on the near side for FC Kansas City and Leanne Robinson. Robinson battling with Beverly Yanez. Another throw-in for the Blues. Sarah Hagen, and now up top to Rodriguez. She's not the tallest player in the world, but she's one of the fastest, and she's deadly inside the 18. Deadly outside the 18. Seattle will try to clear it out. They'll test that far side again. Becky Sauerbrunn there to close it down for FC Kansas City momentarily. Now in the middle, Lauren Holiday. And Sarah Hagen, did she stay onside? The flag is up. Hagen was about a step and a half off, but a good idea by Lauren Holiday. This will be a big next couple of months for the Holiday family, with Lauren heading to the World Cup once again, and her husband Drew is in the NBA playoffs with the New Orleans Pelicans. Now Yanez making her way towards the 18 outside. Becky Sauerbrunn will usher that out of bounds, and this will be a goal kick for Nicole Barnhart. And Molly, I talk about the natural grass surface here, and team, and sometimes it's on the artificial surface, sometimes it's on the grass. How do the players, how have they reacted to getting the chance to finally play on the grass? And I'll pick up that thought in a minute, because the Blues have the ball in a dangerous spot. And Stephanie Cox races all the way back to clear it out. But what about the difference with this team between turf and grass?
Yeah, everyone's always really excited when they come out to practice, and we are training on the grass fields instead of the turf fields, because we switch it up for trainings, and it just feels better on everyone's legs. It's less of a chance of getting injured.
Becky Sauerbrunn now mixing it up for the Blues. One of those World Cup players, Leanna Robinson, Lauren Holiday, Jen Buzzkowski. Beverly Yanez trailing behind. Sarah Hagen will chest it down. O'Reilly calling for it, and she'll get it. Still with Hagen, and stepping in was Beverly Yanez, and she's chopped down to the field. The referee's not interested in the call. She's finally get used to saying Lauren Holiday.
I don't think I'll get used to it.
A year of marriage, year and a half of marriage. Amy LaPelbit now making a run. Rapinoe tried to knock her off. There's O'Reilly and Fishlock battling in the middle. Keelan Winters. Merritt Mathias. There's Amy Rodriguez. It's turned over inside the Seattle third. Rodriguez still on the ball inside the 18. Left-footed shot, and Hope Solo dies, and it's just outside the left post. What a run by Amy Rodriguez, and she can't believe she missed it. Nearly punished the turnover. Throw in on the far side for Seattle. Sarah Hagan trying to harass her opponent. Calling for a handball was Fishlock, and she got the call. It'll be a handball on FC Kansas City. So a free kick for the Reign. Currently 64 degrees here in Kansas City, but it's a warm 64 degrees. Absolutely picture perfect evening for the NWSL to be playing here at the Swope Soccer Village. Kim Little trying to pick out Rapinoe, and she's about a step and a half in front. Well, I know Jill Ellis with the national team has to be very happy that Rapinoe is healthy once again. She's been the last year and a half kind of dinged up at different times, but going to take a healthy Rapinoe to Canada for the World Cup.
Yeah, and she's been incredible to start this NWSL season as well, scoring a hat trick in their home opener and getting an assist, then having an assist in their last game as well.
Look at Kim Little just charging through the middle. Back to Fishlock. Cox. Fishlock momentarily pops up in the air, gets it quickly back down. Cox being guarded by O'Reilly. Trying to pick out Fishlock, and I don't think Fishlock was expecting the pass right there. Dangerously rolled back to Nicole Barnhart. Cox wins the aerial header to Rapinoe. Her and Robinson battling again. Seattle enjoying the possession right now until Lauren Holiday stepped in. Now here's Erica Timrak, who hasn't had much of a chance to get on the ball. Heather O'Reilly's calling for it on the far side, but Seattle is able to turn it over. Molly, when you watch Seattle here in these opening minutes, what kind of game plan are they looking to play right now?
I think like FCKC, they seem like they're looking to keep possession. Obviously, they're two teams that are definitely possession-oriented teams, and then at the right moment, they're going to attack and go forward. But I think where Seattle's a little bit susceptible is on those quick transitions. And you saw it a couple times early on with Rodriguez getting chances. I think with Rodriguez, because she's so fast, and I think there's speed discrepancy between her and Seattle's back line, she can just keep going instead of shooting from so far out, because I think that's where she's so good.
There's Timrak. O'Reilly calling for it. O'Reilly's going to get it with a chance, and it's just over the top of her head. This will be a throw-in for Seattle on the near side. Mentioned this is the third home in 3 seasons for FC Kansas City. Played their first season on a high school field which had football lines on it, which was very distracting for fans and players, broadcasters. In year 2, they moved over to the campus of the University of Missouri, Kansas City, UMKC, which was a great surface, but again, an artificial one. And here in year 3, the natural grass here at Swope Soccer Village. The great historic parks in Kansas City, Missouri, Swope Park. There's Yanez laying it to the outside. There, Matthias. And Seattle's got a chance here. Right-footed shot tipped up and high, and it won't go. It's deflected, and O'Reilly all the way back from her midfield spot has Holiday. And she'll have to cycle back. Helbert will have to hurry with Rapinoe closing in on her to get it out. Becky Sauerbrunn. Fishman by the far side. Moros. He's not had much involvement in the game. And look at Rapinoe fighting with Lauren Holiday, 2 teammates who are going to be practicing together on the weekend with the national team. And now shot over the top, Rodriguez. Onside, Hope Solo's out of her goal. And she clears it. And dangerous moment for Seattle, but if you have the best goalkeeper in the world, you're probably not all that concerned.
Good recognition from Lapelbit to find that ball forward.
It was a clash of bodies in the center of the park, and the home fans were looking for a foul, but none was issued. I think 2 players just ran straight into each other like a head-on train. And now here's Holiday. O'Reilly would like it. Holiday will spin and turn her the other way. Here's Timrak. She'll pop it up in the air, maybe thinking about Rodriguez. Rapinoe is all the way back. LePelbet wins the header for the Blues. And Rapinoe wins it back. And LePelbet played many games with Rapinoe and Holiday. Hope Solo with the national team over the years. Molly, you've seen LePelbet in practice, missing all that time last year, and boy, she looked like she's playing with a smile again right now.
It is so good to see her back out there and 90 minutes fit, because she was back at the end of last season as well, but not really playing full games consecutively. She's just such a pro. She has such a good mentality. You know, she, like you said, she's won a gold medal in the Olympics in 2012 and a silver in the 2011 World Cup. So she knows what it takes to come back from an injury, and she's done that.
Fishlock will be patient, assessing her options. Barnes will play it back to Hope Solo. It's one thing when you talk about the different groups of players who have played with the national team over the years. And the current group, the players on the field tonight, Hope Solo, Megan Rapinoe have been around for a long time, Lauren Holiday, Amy Rodriguez, Heather O'Reilly, Becky Sauerbrunn. You really put your stamp on your era with the national team by winning a World Cup.
Absolutely.
And it was Winters who had it. Kim Little. Boy, Kim Little's just on, looks like a woman on fire whenever she gets the ball. Winters for Seattle. And Fishlock back heels it, but Rapinoe was not there. And here's Holiday, typical box-to-box performance. She'll try to dominate the center of the park, but against the Seattle Reign, there's a lot of people that would like to dominate the middle. And this will be a foul against, looks like Holiday, or Timrak, pardon me. So this is a good spot for Seattle right here. Kim Little is over the ball. Amy Rodriguez will do her best to slow it down just for a few more seconds. And it'll be Little. She sends it towards the left side, headed up in the air by FC Kansas City. Not out of danger yet, still in a spot, and finally Nicole Barnhart corrals it, where they've had some adventures inside the 18 tonight. Maybe you kind of expect this game to unfold like this over the first 26 minutes or so when you have Laura Harvey as the head coach in Seattle and Vlatko Andonovski, the head coach of FC Kansas City, the previous two winners of the NWSL Coach of the Year award. Both have their teams well prepared. Becky Sauerbrunn with Yanez closing in. Get it to Moros on the far side. There's Timrak, speedy player when she has the ball, and that went nowhere. Just a couple of minutes away from the half-hour mark. FC Kansas City's had a couple of good chances. Amy Rodriguez, the best so far, but her left-footed shot was wide of the post. And Seattle's had two or three really good looks. Put the ball in some dangerous spots. Here's Rapinoe looking ahead to Yanez. Won't quite link up. Sarah Hagan back for the Blues. Holiday. Timrak. Cox on the near side for Seattle. Looking for Fishlock. Fishlock gives it away. I think she thought Kim Little was right behind her, and she was a few steps behind. Recent run of tune-up games for the women's national team. Lauren Holiday picked up a couple of assists. That's what she'll be counted on to do at the World Cup. set up Presser and Rapinoe and O'Reilly and perhaps Wambach. Not sure about the playing time for Wambach, what it'll be at this year's World Cup, but she's stepped away from NWSL play to prepare for what is perhaps her last run at a World Cup. And here's Rapinoe. Still Rapinoe, top, she'll lay it off. Here's Kim Little, dangerous spot, Little, left-footed shot across the front, and won't be finished. Boy, she had Beverly Yanez right there and about one step away from being 1-0 Seattle. Boy, Molly, Seattle has been very dangerous right there in the front, right on the doorstep.
I think something that Seattle's so good at is the front six. It's not you have your strikers, then you have your midfielders. The midfielders are always getting in behind into dangerous positions to get on goal.
There you see Kim Little just lays it right across the front. Yanez was 2 steps too late. Tim Rack for the Blues, back to Holiday. Rodriguez, and look at her fighting with Fishlock. Becky Salbrin. Jen Buskowski. There's Lapelbit. She started a couple of good runs on the right side so far, and she'll try it again. Just kind of blazed it past everybody. And this will go over the... will not go over the end line. Seattle will keep it in. I don't think it had enough gas to get all the way to the finish line. Hope Solo will restart for Seattle. 29th minute here. Swope Soccer Village in Kansas City, Missouri. 2 teams that met for the NWSL Championship at the end of 2014. FC Kansas City went on the road to Starfire Stadium and had a couple of goals from Amy Rodriguez and won their first championship. And look at Rapinoe up from behind to pick off Leanne Robinson. Here's Yanez down the middle making a run. Here's Rapinoe, still Rapinoe, and she tries to chip it into Little. She's calling for the foul, and she throws her hand down in disgust. She thought she was fouled. Sarah Hagan getting her first start for the Blues. Buskowski, and the referee tipped over it. Buskowski kind of jumped over it as Holiday took over possession. And Rapinoe is still stewing about that call. Or non-call, perhaps. Robinson, she almost took the full brunt of Rapinoe's revenge, but she got rid of it in a hurry. Now Cox and Winters kind of run into each other, and they'll call a foul on the Blues. It's be Cox to take it. Now Rapinoe on the full switch to the far side. Merritt Mathias will run it down, and Seattle's going to have another chance. Reign making a run. They got numbers in the box. They have Little, they have Yanez. The ball ping-pongs around dangerously in the 18 before it's finally sent away. And that'll be a foul on Seattle as Holiday gets chopped down. Molly just spotted Courtney Jones walking by in the stands tonight. She played for FC Kansas City, and her dad, Brent Jones, played for the San Francisco 49ers. Great football player, but Courtney taking in the home game here at the new Swope Soccer Village. Made a couple of appearances in her career with FC Kansas City. Winters trying to send it up to Little, and that'll be a foul on Little. She gets into Lapelbit. We're now past the half-hour mark. Our scoreline 0-0. And I'd say in Molly, maybe in the last 5 to 7 minutes, this game has turned a little more physical between the two sides.
A little bit. That was a really good step by Lepelbit on that last one to beat Little to the ball.
Now Seattle, I thought they're going to flip the field, but they'll go back to their right side. Fishlock over there. Rapinoe's trying to make a run. And her and Leanne Robinson are going to know their numbers well after this one. They have been butting heads since minute 1. There's Fishlock in the center with Lauren Holiday. The near side, Cox. Closed down by Robinson. Buskowski steps in. He's sent down the far sideline, and Robinson will run it down with Yanez right on her trail. Riley, Robinson, Rodriguez. It's a lot of R's. Here's Timrak. There's an R in there as well. Now Sarah Hagen. Flag stays down. This is Sarah Hagen alone inside the 18, trying to find a shooting angle. Tipped away by Barnes, but not out of danger. Here's O'Reilly, looking for an opening, looking for a place to serve it in. Play it back to Robinson. She'll pop it back to the far side of the 18, headed down by Hagen. It was almost on there for FC Kansas City, but not out of danger yet. Rodriguez is lurking inside the 18, and now to be cleared away. Yes, Sarah Hagen made a great run there, just couldn't get the angle for a shot.
Yeah, good ball by Holiday to Hagen. It's a great run.
Sarah Hagen making her first start of the season for FC Kansas City. Now here's Rodriguez. She's dangerous. She has Hagen. She'll pull it back. Here's Holiday. Dangerous as well. Looking for an opportunity. Holiday. Now Hagen. Looking for a shooting angle. Hagen. Still Hagen. Send it out, and here's O'Reilly. Far post. And it's a little bit strong. Not out of danger with Timrak there in the center up the far side, but the Blues will keep it in this end. There's Holiday. Still Holiday. Good battle there, and Buskowski took a shot in the back. She wanted a foul. She won't get it. Now Buskowski goes to the far side, and it's headed away. And here's Rapinoe. Again with Robinson. Now up to Fishlock, and it's Fishlock out up ahead this time. Guarded by Lepelbit. Two very strong international players. Yanez put it back to Winters. Salbrin trying to cut off the attack. Now Rapinoe's calling for it. Yanez with a header, and that's over the top. Didn't really get a clean look at it. But a nice idea by Seattle. Just keep working inside the 18 and waiting for a chance to finish. Let's take a look at minute 36. 0-0 our scoreline. FC Kansas City, the home side. Blue tops, white shorts, blue socks. The visitors from Seattle wearing the white tops with the blue stripe across the middle. The white shorts and the white socks moving from our right to our left. Lights are on and the sun is almost officially set here in the Midwest. Lepelbit, Kim Little. Toe to toe. Rapinoe and Holiday. Timrak just past Hagen where Fishlock will pick it up. Winters is trying to get Matthias on a run down the right. There's O'Reilly. Still O'Reilly. Rodriguez. Now Erica Timrak. Run it down the left side. Numbers in the box for the Blues. They have Rodriguez. They have Holiday. There's Rodriguez with the left foot. Oh, it hit the crossbar. It was over Hope Solo and it hit the crossbar. Amy Rodriguez robbed by the woodwork. And that's 2 solid chances for Amy Rodriguez. Get it again here. Molly just a bit unlucky. Be a foul on the Blues. But Molly, when you watch Amy Rodriguez, you saw her in some of the World Cup tune-up games, in particular the goal she scored, just kept kind of spinning around right in front, just waiting for a shot just like that.
She's been so good. She was great all last year, and it's gonna come. It's gonna come, and once it does, I think it's.
Heather O'Reilly was taken down inside the 18, but not enough for a foul. Heather O'Reilly opened her account with FC Kansas City last week after coming over from the Boston Breakers. I talked to Heather O'Reilly a couple of days ago about the opportunity to go to the World Cup, and since it is in Canada, it would be easier for her family and friends to come and watch. She said, absolutely. And she goes, by the way, my husband's Canadian. And I said, really? I said, does he have the half USA jersey, the half Canada jersey? And she goes, no, he'll be wearing USA. He'll be wearing my jersey. And I said, well, you are the one playing in the World Cup, right? She said that his family's big supporters of all Canadian teams, except when the U.S. is in the World Cup and she's playing.
That's smart.
That'll be an opportunity for her and her family to enjoy the experience of the World Cup. Now Seattle. Yanez plays it back to Little. Tipped away by Holiday. And Little gets right back on the attack. Here's Cox. Winters. That's Rapinoe. She holds off O'Reilly's charge, and she's spun down, and they're going to call O'Reilly for the foul, and she can't believe it. Holiday's voicing her displeasure, the captain. And Rapinoe, you think she went down a little easy, Molly?
From first looks, I do. I have to see a replay to know for sure. There you go.
And the match official's going to walk it off. He thinks Holiday's a little bit too close, and he's ordering them back another 2.5 yards. What'd you think?
I think it was a little soft.
A little soft? Okay. And Rapinoe will get the free kick in a dangerous spot. She'll take it with the right foot. And Seattle's loading up on the back post. Check it out. Goes in and looking for Fishlock, and that'll be headed away by Buskowski. But not out of danger. Here's Little. Started by Buskowski, and Little goes by her. Met by Holiday. There's Cox. Boy, Seattle keeping the pressure on right now. And now a chance on the counter. Here's Heather O'Reilly. She has Hagen ahead. Hagen trying to stay on side. It's off the back elbow, and they're going to call a handball. Yes, that's a handball on Winters. She fully stuck her arm back, and it got the back right on the triceps area. She put her arm up, and the referee's telling her, he's pointing to his head, you need to think about what just happened. I could have issued a card there. And here's a replay of it. Kind of see her get her right arm up in the air. Maybe tried to pull it back, but not all that, yeah.
I don't think it could have been a card. I don't think it was intentional, but definitely a handball.
Here's Holiday. She takes all the free kicks for FC Kansas City. Far post. Hope Solo is up in the air, and she's got it. Boy, it is something to see, to watch the best players in the world right in front of you. And Hope Solo, the #1 goalkeeper on planet Earth. As opposed to your other planets. These two goalkeepers head-to-head tonight. Hope Solo and Nicole Barnhart played many years together with the national team. Sarah Hagen. Lauren Holiday making a run. Here's O'Reilly. There's Robinson making a run on the near side. Holiday. She goes down. There's Cox. Boy, Cox has had a lot of touches over here on this left side for Seattle. There's Fishlock. Rapinoe trying to time a run. Yanez gets back on side. Buzzkowski for FC Kansas City. Now the Blues will try to build up along that left side. Timrak. Moros was making a run. Now it's Heather O'Reilly. Flag stays down. O'Reilly's all alone. The 18 defender trying to run back. Slides it across, and it's tipped away. Another dangerous opportunity, and for about the last 7 or 8 minutes, Molly, FC Kansas City has been all forward with some really dangerous chances.
It's great recognition from Timrak. Find O'Reilly on that ball, and a quick ball right across to Rodriguez.
We'll look at it one more time here as Holiday sent it across and just tipped away. Now Seattle going the other way. Here's Rapinoe. He goes little in the middle, has Yanez, and nicely knocked out by Amy LaPelbitz. That's why she was with the national team for so many years. She's one of the best central defenders. And Rapinoe will have the second corner of the game for Seattle. And the right-footed in-swinger with little standing guard, and this will go to the near post, and dangerous in front and just a little bit short. Yanez was there on the front doorstep, and she was wide open.
You want to limit those chances for set pieces, especially corner kicks, as much as possible against Seattle. They actually scored both of their goals in their last game on corner kicks to the back post.
Here's another look at it. Watch how wide open that middle is for Seattle. Now Seattle, we have bodies down inside the 18. Referee says play on. Now the Blues will try to launch it the other way. Here's Holiday. And now we have a whistle, and that'll be our first half. And it is a scoreless first half. And Molly, maybe what you'd expect from the two teams who met for the championship last year. It was hard-nosed, it was physical. Both teams had a handful of chances, but nothing was finished. But a good first half, a good battle in the first 45.
So
Yeah, just say, give us a minute.
All right, we're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Jillian Carroll, who has more for us here at halftime. Jillian. Okay, we'll check in with Jillian perhaps in a little bit. But Molly, we talk about that first half, and again, we talked about the physical play a little bit, but also when you have two goalkeepers of this stature, you know it's going to be tough to find a way to finish.
absolutely, I think both teams, like you said, are getting chances. Now you just want to see the excitement of somebody getting a goal. Hopefully FC Kansas City, of course.
Hand for this first game here for FC Kansas City at Swope Soccer Village. They opened up the 2015 season playing at Sporting Park, home of Sporting Kansas City, expecting an oversized crowd to celebrate the championship. So this is the first game on this field here for the Blues. And right now we will step away for just a couple minutes. When we come back, we'll have the second half of FC Kansas City and Seattle Reign. Scoreless at the break.
Check 1, 2. Borden Cheese is proud to be the official sponsor of FC Kansas City. Every time you buy. Check, check, check. Check. Borden Cheese is proud to be the official sponsor of FC Kansas City. Every time you buy Borden Cheese, you're supporting over 1,000 dairy farm families in Missouri. In Missouri and Kansas, who are part of a farmer-owned cooperative. Borden Cheese, supporting local dairy farm families 100%. The Samsung Galaxy S6 and the Galaxy S6 Edge are now available through Verizon. You can receive up to $200 when trading in your smartphone for the latest Samsung devices. Switch to Verizon today and you'll also receive a $100 bill credit. Come to Verizon and watch the savings add up. Verizon, never settle. Research Medical Center is proud to be FC Kansas City's official medical provider. Research Medical Center's team of sports and wellness specialists is ready for any of your healthcare needs from prevention to injury care. They're here to help keep you healthy and active. Tide Dry Cleaners are the official dry cleaners of FC Kansas City. The same Tide you've trusted your clothes with for 65 years now has professional dry cleaning services. Tide's Green Earth technology leaves your clothes fresh and smelling like Tide. Tide Dry Cleaners, we're changing dry cleaning for good. All right, we've got a little bit of limited range here, so I'm a lot further away than I wish I were. So we're going to try, oh, that's a little bit better channel. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to now head down here and take in a contest from our friends at Borden Cheese. It's time for the Chief of Cheese game, brought to you by Borden Cheese. And our contestant tonight is Rebecca Tankin. She's a 5th grader from Sunrise Point. Let's hear it for Rebecca. All right, first what Rebecca's going to do is she'll start at the 6-yard line with the pink ball. And a ball through any hole wins a Borden Cheese Superfan goodie bag. But we're just getting started, Rebecca. Then you'll move back to the multicolored ball on the penalty spot. And then for a second attempt to win a second prize, Elsie's Elite Seats, 4 tickets in the Borden VIP tent for the August 22nd home game. And even if you miss those first 2 shots, you still have a chance to win the grand prize. With a single kick of the green ball through any hole from the 18-yard line, you'll win an FC Kansas City autographed jersey and soccer ball and free Borden Cheese for an entire year. All right, Rebecca, are you ready? She says yes. Let's cheer Rebecca to victory. Come on, everybody. Rebecca, kick that pink ball. Let's go. Go ahead. Yes. Now move back and let's see if you can hit it from the penalty spot. Oh, she just missed, but nice, powerful kick. Come on back for the green ball, Rebecca. Last shot. She did win the Borden Cheese Superfan goodie bag. Yes. Nice shot right down the middle, Rebecca. Congratulations. You may have a future in the game. Enjoy your prizes. She's won the Superfan goodie bag and an FC Kansas City autographed jersey and soccer ball. Let's hear it for Rebecca. And a big thank you to our sponsors at Borden Cheese. The new Adams Mark Hotel and Conference Center is the official hotel of FC Kansas City. The Adams Mark Hotel and Conference Center also has the largest indoor water park in KC, Cocoa Key Water Resort. Stay and play where the visiting NWSL teams stay when they come to town, located right across from the Truman Sports Complex. For more information, visit CocoKeyKansasCity.com. Life is full of big milestones, from purchasing that new vehicle to buying your first home. Make the most of those big milestones with RG Federal Credit Union. With auto rates as low as 1.99% APR, discover the RG difference at rgfcu.com. Plus, your account with us makes you an owner. So don't let the bank owners profit off of you. Let you profit off of you. RG Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender, federally insured by the NCUA. Long ago. All right, FC Kansas City fans. All right, FC Kansas City fans, we have some disc dogs coming out on the field. We hope Calvin doesn't get too jealous down here. Here there are disc dogs over there by the corner kick flags. They'll be entertaining us here for a short while during halftime. Let's bring them on. And we're off to a good start.
They come from shady backgrounds, homeless shelters, and back alleys. Nobody wanted them. They have 4 paws each and work for treats. They have performed at events across the country. Get ready for some fur-flying fun. They run fast and jump high. It's the Kansas City Disc Dogs.
Check 1, 2. There we go. All right, while the disc dogs are doing their thing, we got to pray to champions. Coming down the field now are Winter 2 division winners from the Tiffany Athletic Zone. We're going to welcome the U910 KC Blaze Gunners here in red. Congratulations to the Blaze Gunners. Behind them in black are the U11-12 American KC United Evolution. Once again, the Winter 2 division winners from the Tiffany Athletic Zone. Let's congratulate them while the disc dogs are doing their thing. Check 1, 2. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, FC Kansas City and our partners at GSI Travel are proud to recognize local soccer teams from both sides of the state line. We like to honor teams who display team pride, sportsmanship, community involvement, and a passion for the game along with their on-field successes. Tonight, FC Kansas City would like to recognize the following 4 college teams in attendance tonight. The University of Kansas Jayhawks, coached by Mark Francis. The Missouri Western Griffins, coached by Chad Edwards. The Washburn Ichabods, coached by Tim Collins. And appropriately in gold and black, the Graceland University Yellow Jackets, coached by Ozzie White. Fans, if you know of a team that deserves recognition at an upcoming Blues game, check out fckansascity.com/Team of the Week and send in your nomination. Let's hear it once again for the ladies. FC Kansas City would like to thank and welcome the groups attending tonight's match. The Brookside Soccer U8 girls, where are you at? Brookside Soccer U10 girls. Harrisonville Soccer Club. Sporting Caw Valley Invicta. And Sporting Blue Valley. We'd also like to wish happy birthday to the following people: Alex Budzinski and our own Mike Rodriguez. Tonight's Ball Kids are sponsored by Freestyle Graphics. tonight's halftime statistics. There's no score at halftime. Shots favor Seattle Reign 5 to FC Kansas City's 4. Seattle Reign 1 shot on goal, none for FC Kansas City. Neither team has a save. 2 corner kicks for Seattle, none for FCKC. 5 fouls for the home side versus 4 for the visitors, and no cards have been issued through the end of the first half.
We are just about ready to start the second half at Swope Soccer Village in Kansas City, Missouri. The defending champions from FC Kansas City playing host to Seattle Reign, the team they beat for the championship last year. We are 0-0 heading into the second half, back with Molly Dreska. And Molly, kind of look at that first half. It's scoreless, but certainly opportunities for both sides.
Yeah, I think it was pretty similar to the final from 2014. Seattle seemed to have the edge in the possession and the run of play. And then FC Kansas City was really opportunistic when they got in front of goal. Seattle also had a lot of chances as expected from their set pieces. So FCKC is going to want to limit those as much as possible this half.
And we will flip ends of the field. So FC Kansas City in their home blue tops, white shorts, and blue socks will be moving from our right to our left. And the visitors from Seattle with their white tops and strips across the front. The white shorts and the white socks will be moving from our left to our right. FC Kansas City on the attack in the opening seconds. There's a service inside the far side from Moros. Trying to pick out O'Reilly, and there is O'Reilly just outside the 18. Ball served in, looking for Lauren Holiday. And that'll be sent away by Seattle. It'll be a throw-in, though, on the far side for the Blues. As the sun is set here in the Midwest. Visitors from Seattle, their home fans, probably still enjoying some nice sunlight up in the Pacific Northwest. And another throw-in on the far side for FC Kansas City. A great home crowd here for the very first NWSL game at the new Swope Soccer Village. This is a brand new facility in Kansas City. Over $15 million spent, not just on this field that you see here in the stands, but there are several artificial fields surrounding this field where youth teams play. Brookside Soccer Club primarily. Also from the MLS, Sporting Kansas City trains at this facility. They have 2 natural grass surfaces and 1 artificial surface to train on.
Yeah, the facility actually hosted the D3 men's and women's soccer finals last year. And we'll be hosting D2 men's and women's finals in 2016 and 2017.
Now Seattle with possession enjoyed the last 15 minutes of the first half, had primary control. And that's cleared away by Becky Salbrin. As we mentioned, if you're just joining us here for the second half, 1/3 of the U.S. Women's World Cup roster, which will be heading to Canada here in a few weeks. 1/3 of that roster is here on the field tonight. For Seattle, goalkeeper Hope Solo and Megan Rapinoe. For FC Kansas City, Amy Rodriguez, Lauren Holiday, Heather O'Reilly, and Becky Salbrin. And speaking of Holiday, there she is with Salbrin. There's Sarah Hagan after her first start. Look out, Amy Rodriguez, alone in the 18. Shot over Solo, and that's a goal! Amy Rodriguez puts the Blues on the board over her World Cup teammates. What a goal for Amy Rodriguez. And Molly, I dare say that's been coming for a while. She had 2 fantastic opportunities in the first half and finally got it here.
And I talked to Adanovsky at halftime and asked him kind of what changes he was going to make going into the second half, and he said, none really. We're just going to stay compact and look to find Apple a little bit more in that space, and that's exactly what they did. Hagan slips in a great ball to Rodriguez, and that's the finish he's been looking for.
First goal of 2015 for Amy Rodriguez. And what a way to kind of ramp up to World Cup training, which will begin this weekend out in Southern California. And Becky Sauerbrunn steps in front of that. And Seattle will have to try to find a way to pull one back. But here's Erica Timrak on the full gallop. Charged from behind by Ellie Reed, and the referee finally says enough and awards the ball to FC Kansas City. There's Heather O'Reilly. Here's Rodriguez, the goal scorer, out far to the right side. And here's the build-up for the Blues, looking for another one. Trying to catch Seattle on the back heel. And that's sent in by Hope Solo, and that was took a knuckleball effect as Solo had to kind of readjust as the flight of the ball was getting closer. That was adventurous for the U.S. #1.
Leanne Robinson almost got her first goal of the season.
Boy, she took a rifle shot from that far side. And when the U.S. team heads to Southern California, so many of these players are based there. And I was talking with Amy Rodriguez a couple of days ago, and her husband and young son live there. They all live together in the off season, but they're there right now back home. So chance for her to be back with her family before they head up to Canada for World Cup 2015. Now Seattle try to spring something. Got something on that far side. That's Ellie Reed making a run all the way back from her defensive spot. Quick throw in taken by Merritt Mathias. And that's ushered out of bounds by Sauerbrunn. This will be a throw in for Seattle on the near side. Kim Little being disruptive as always, and she'll send it far post. And that clears everybody, but not out of danger of the Blues as Seattle holds it in. Now here's Sarah Hagan all the way back from her forward position. Lost possession. And Nicole Barnhart will send this away for FC Kansas City, and that aerial battle was won by Winters. Keelan Winters now back heel by Fishlock. It just kind of fell apart at the end for Seattle. This will be a goal kick for the Blues. Molly, what we saw in that first half from Seattle is how dangerous they are on their set pieces. If they can get a couple of those.
So dangerous. FC Kansas City definitely wants to limit that.
Here's Rapinoe on the far side. She'll send it all the way to the near side. And Merritt Mathias dancing on the ball. Still Mathias inside the 18. She's got 2 Blues on her. Sends it across in front, and streaming in for a header was Yanez.
That's an unbelievable individual effort from Mathias.
I know FC Kansas City hated to lose her, but those things happen. We'll look at it again here, and boy, that was strong. She had 2 or 3 Blues players right on top of her. Now here's Kim Little for Seattle. Charging to the 18, lays it to the outside. Oh! Little took a shot. Now it's sent in by Reed, header down and just past the right post. Seattle's been very efficient with their aerial game. Look at this one more time as Reed sends it across.
It's a good ball in from Reed. It's a little far out for Yanez to try to get that header on frame.
Yanez has been dangerous a number of times tonight for Seattle. They look to try to find a way back into this game. 54-minute mark. Amy Rodriguez put FC Kansas City in front as she was able to charge in on her U.S. teammate Hope Solo and drew out a little bit and chipped it right over the top. Fantastic goal by Amy Rodriguez. Becky Sauerbrunn, Olympic gold medalist, wants that World Cup. Holiday as well. Beskiski, Sauerbrunn, and Holiday, a little triangle. I'll try to spring Rodriguez and Hagen. Here's Reed. Faced up by Timrak. Mathias. Ball kind of spun off her toes. She tried to get it going forward. Becky Sauerbrunn, St. Louis, Missouri. It's Fishlock. Nicely kept in by Merritt Mathias. So athletic. On Buskowski. Holiday. Rodriguez had to get back on side. I was talking with Becky Sauerbrunn about St. Louis. It's such a great soccer town if you're familiar with St. Louis. And I asked her how St. Louis could not have either a women's professional team or a men's professional team at the highest level. And she said you just gotta have to find the right owner and the right venue, and they don't have it right now. And now that's set in front. On the break was O'Reilly. Just a little bit past her, and look at O'Reilly's work rate. Fishlock. Now it's turned over. Here's Sarah Hagen. Rodriguez on a full sprint down the center of the park. Still Hagen. Still Hagen. Timrak. Timrak spinning. Back to Hagen. Making a run is O'Reilly calling for it. Hagen will take it, but it's right at Hope Solo. And O'Reilly is, you need an oxygen tank out of that after that run. What a great run by Heather O'Reilly. You can see why she's so valuable to the national team.
That was a good run by O'Reilly. And Hagen probably could have found her on that, but Hagen's shot's really good, so I wouldn't, not have her shoot there either.
Hagen throughout her career has been a prolific goal scorer. Going back to her college days, the University of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where she scored 93 goals in her career. Playing over in Germany for Bayern München, where she scored 28 goals in 48 appearances. She knows how to find the back of the net, and Seattle's trying to find it right now. Merritt Mathias making a run to the far post. Won't get there. Rapinoe. Winters. Now trying to make a charge to the 18, and now it's sent across, and that's knocked out of bounds, and this will be another corner for Seattle. And Molly, we saw this, as we said, in the first half. Seattle was so dangerous on these. This will be Rapinoe again, and Little always kind of gets down there close in case they want to try something. This will be the right-footed in-swinger. And Rapinoe sends it right in the center. Nicole Barnhart, no trouble. A couple of bodies on the grass. Barnhart will send it out. There's Timrak trying to get onto it. She will. Hagen, Holiday. Now on the full switch to O'Reilly. Far side, look at O'Reilly. Arms pumping, she's racing in. Tipped up into the air by Buskowski and given away, pardon me. Rodriguez. Say if Buskowski is up that far, I would be shocked. She does the dirty work in the middle of the park for FC Kansas City. Rapinoe. Flag is up on the near side. This will go to FC Kansas City. Good look at Nicole Barnhart. A lot of experience with the national team. Back in 2013, the NWSL Goalkeeper of the Year and a member of the best 11. Moros. Look out, she has Hagen. It's onside. Here's Hagen, all alone. Seattle's defense goes back. She goes far post and bangs it off that far post. And still in play for FC Kansas City. Look at O'Reilly. Left, right, left. Molly, your assessment that Sarah Hagen has a great shot, I would call accurate. That was a very tough angle with Seattle defenders pouring in, and the flag is up on the near side. With Seattle defenders pouring in, and O'Reilly did a great job to get it in that good spot. Seattle, as we close in on the hour mark, and we took another look at it there, it just rung that far post. We saw Amy Rodriguez hit the post in the first half before she found a way through. Now Hagen hits the post. Perhaps she herself will try to find a way to open her 2015 account. Winters. Matthias. Look at Matthias, so good with her feet. Winters. Moros crashes into Yanez. Moros again, and here's Matthias, harassing her nonstop. Winters, Little. See Little, she does that. Dart to the right, spin and go back to the left. Far side, Rapinoe, Fishlock boring in, and Barnhart is there to thwart the threats. Now here's Timrak on the gallop. University of Florida product. Trying to get Hagen and left aside, and perhaps a little bit lucky Rodriguez wasn't right there to take it away. Rena sends it all the way ahead. Moros is there. Ellie Reed will take the throw in for Seattle. Kendall Fletcher. Fishlock. Merritt Matthias. Becky Sauerbrunn trying to get it out of danger. And boy, Seattle is doing a great job here in the last 6-7 minutes, just keeping it in this end. Lauren Holiday. Seems like whenever FC Kansas City can't find a way to get out of danger, Lauren Holiday will race back and step in. Seattle trying to make another great one. Boy, if Seattle keeps playing like this, they're going to find a way back in. They just haven't found that finishing touch quite yet. There's Rapinoe. Matthias, watch the feet. Reed all the way back from her defensive spot. She just plainly stepped right on top of the ball and fell over. Timrak. She's got Rodriguez, who back-heeled to herself and couldn't quite find it on the other side. And clipped it off her own heels. There's a long shot. That's a little bit of frustration there. Oh, that's what Seattle does. They keep the pressure on. They'll take those shots from distance and take their chances on set pieces and try to get one through the run of play as well. Holiday nearly gave that away. Yanez was right on top of it. Here's Reed again. Boy, she's been really good in this second half at getting forward. Matthias walled off by Moros. Holiday will give it back to Moros. She kind of does a Holiday there and spins backwards and gives it right back to her. Rapinoe. Now the chip right in front, headers down. And Barnhart said that's ours. And that'll be a goal kick for FC Kansas City. Kind of like their set pieces, Molly. Seattle just, they like to whip it in there. Just put you on the back heel a little bit. side. We're at minute 64. FC Kansas City with a 1-0 lead. Second half strike from Amy Rodriguez. Her first of the 2015 campaign for her club. So Dangerous coming back into the league last year after taking a year off. 2014 for FC Kansas City, 13 goals and 3 assists in 22 matches. She was officially part of the Seattle roster in 2013. As we said, took the year off. Two-time Olympic gold medalist. Now here's Merritt Mathias of Seattle. Back to Reed. Nothing new here with Reed pushing forward. Kendall Fletcher. Reed. Mathias. Trying to find a way to break through it. Molly, FC Kansas City, I don't think they can sit on a 1-0 lead and pack it in, but as you watch the run of play, trying to cause Seattle some problems by trying to clog up the middle a little bit. Now look out. Here's Rodriguez looking for number 2. Solo is out, and Solo is there. And Andonovski just looked in disbelief, and Seattle's had a player down for a few seconds now, so we've got a whistle.
Yeah, by the looks of that, I don't think they're trying to sit back any.
No. The referee went back to check on Megan Rapinoe, and Rapinoe just threw her arm up and said, "I'm fine." She took a good shot, and here's another look at Rodriguez, and that was nearly identical to her goal. Solo just got there that time, and Rodriguez unable to loop it over the top.
All 5 goals that Seattle's conceded this year, including first goal in tonight's match, came from the run of play. So that is the area that they're susceptible. 2 from services whipped into the box from the left flank, and then 3 right up the middle.
Little Barnes to the left side where Rapinoe's battling with Leanne Robinson as they did the entire first half. Fishlock. Fishlock and Rapinoe get together far away. It's see the 2 blonde mop tops. Now Seattle, look out. Here's Kim Little right in front. She's deadly, looking for an angle, spinning, and FC Kansas City dispossesses her. Turn it the other way. Tim Rack quickly trying to launch the counter. Look at Rodriguez on a dead run down the left side. Sarah Hagan on the other. Bodies down. Rodriguez calling for it. Hagan is there. It's chipped to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, Solo is out. And another dangerous chance for FC Kansas City. That was an outstanding effort by Tim Rack and Hagan and Rodriguez. All 3. Just another look, Molly, and nice little chip. Hope Solo did a nice job of getting in a good spot that time. We'll have our first substitution coming up here momentarily. Kirsten Dahlstream ready to check in for Seattle. Long-time player, solid player for Seattle. And now the substitution will be made. Dahlstream will be in for Seattle. She'll replace Yanez.
Substitution on the field for the Seattle Reign. Entering the game, number 25, Kirsten Dahlstream, replacing number 17, Beverly Yanez.
Throwing for the Blues. It's Holiday. Almost given away, and Fishlock was in a great spot to punish it. Here's Rapinoe. Here's Kim Little. Charging to the top of the 18, a right-footed shot, far post, and just couldn't get a great angle on it. Headed away by Lapelbit. Now Dahlstream just into the game gets her first touch. Here's Reed. I got to Dahlstream. She'll look to cross it. She will go far post and overshot the goal. Dahlstream from Kirksville, Missouri. They collegiately at Washington State. Minute 69. FC Kansas City with a 1-0 lead, looking for their first win of the season, and Sarah Hagen's going to be whistled for the foul. There's Reed. Well, there are some bodies and elbows flying now as this game, physical nature, will surely escalate as Seattle looks to find an equalizer. This will be a throw-in as it's off Lepelbit. Excuse me, off Moros. Now another cross for Seattle, and Nicole Barnhart is out to make the save. Amy Rodriguez, the lone goal scorer in the match, and here's Rodriguez trying to get to it again, and it's cleared away by Seattle. Oh, and a hard takedown in the middle of the park. And a late foul call comes in. We have a Seattle player down. And here's a replay. It's Merritt Mathias who's taken down by Lepelbit. Throw in on the far side for FC Kansas City. Holding on to that 1-0 lead. That's off Hagen. Bushlock, Rapino. And Dahlstream making a run. Boy, she's been very active since subbing in here just a couple of minutes ago. Good battle in the middle between Rodriguez and Winters. And another foul call against the Blues. This will be Rapino to take it. Minute 71. 1-0 FC Kansas City in front. Reed will get it to the front edge of the 18. Popped up in the air. Not out of danger yet. Becky Salbrin is there. And here's Erica Timrak trying to launch the counter for FC Kansas City. She's met by Dahlstream, and Dahlstream gets it out. Timrak got a piece of the ball. This will be a throw-in for Seattle right here. Barnes will give way to Reed. Down by Timrak, and another throw-in by Seattle. This one goes back to Fletcher. Winters. Fishlock. Rapino pulled it towards the middle of the field. Sarah Hagen now on the far side for FC Kansas City. Rodriguez making a run. Here's Holiday running. Buskowski assessing her options. Right up ahead, and it's Rodriguez tipping it forward. Couldn't quite link up with Holiday. Defending NWSL champions, 3 games in and still looking for their first win of the 2015 campaign. A nice job of racing back FC Kansas City, and look at Rapino battling Lepelbit there. Leanne Robinson sent away, and Fishlock is there for Seattle. Now the Blues will get it. Here's Timrak. Runs straight into Reed. Reed has it. Kim Little. She's so good at pulling it back and changing directions. Here's Dahlstream into the 18. And that'll be off Moros. And that'll be another corner for Seattle. Molly, if Seattle's going to find a way back, this might be the spot. FC Kansas City had some adventures defending set pieces in the first half. Right-footed outswinger, and Barnhart is there to get it for the Blues. Pulled out to Leanne Robinson. Wiskowski. And we'll see substitution for FC Kansas City momentarily is Shea Groom, local product from the Kansas City metro area from Liberty High School. He's getting set to sub on. Here's Seattle. Kim Little. Reed's going to run it down. Here's Reed again going to the far post, top of the 18. And a shot, and tipped away by Barnhart. Perhaps the best shot, best chance for Seattle so far in minute 75. That'll be a corner for Seattle.
A great one-time strike by Rapinoe. Barnhart able to get the tip, knock it out for a corner.
I stood behind the Seattle goal while they were warming up in pregame, and Rapinoe was just launching rocket after rocket after rocket. And a couple of people walking behind the back of the goal and kind of put your hand, hey, you need to be careful. Megan Rapinoe is warming up out here, so Shea Groom will make her third appearance of her professional career as Sarah Hagan will give way. Shea Groom from Liberty High School. Molly, I saw her play several games while she was at Liberty High School before she took off and had a fantastic career at Texas A&M, and one of the hardest workers you'll see on the field. Terrific talent. I know before the NWSL draft, FC Kansas City was talking about Shea Groom and whether or not she'd be available later in the draft, that 11, 12, 13 area. They didn't think she'd be there. And fortunate for FC Kansas City she was, and they didn't hesitate to make the call and bring back a local kid who's just loaded with talent. Look at Moros making the run up the left side. Here's Timrak cutting inside Rodriguez. Shea Groom is there on the far side. Timrak stopping, looking, assessing, sends it over the middle, and no trouble for Hope Solo. Couldn't quite get enough on it. Molly, when you train with the team, and you got a young player like Shea Groom, and she's training with the national team superstars, how is she performing in training against some of the best players in the world?
Yeah, you talk about Shea Groom. She's so quick, which is one of her biggest assets, is just how fast she is. But I think the other piece is she doesn't play like she's a rookie. She's so intense and feisty, I think is the best way to describe her. And you saw that in all of her appearances so far this season. She's not the type of player that's going to shy away from any tackle.
Whistle. Playing at Liberty High School, they had so many fantastic players on that team when she was a senior, and 5 or 6 go on to play at the next level, including Casey Clark, from her teammate, who's also signed here with FC Kansas City, waiting for her chance. And we'll see another substitution perhaps here in a couple of minutes. Liz Bogus was was warming up, so we'll see if she's going to check in as she's going over instructions with Coach Andonovsky. So perhaps a second substitution for FC Kansas City. So Liz Bogus getting ready. Minute 79. FC Kansas City has not packed it in. They are not sitting on this 1-0 lead, and Seattle's going. They've had their opportunities. Megan Rapinoe just a couple of minutes ago with a rifle shot that Nicole Barnhart was able to leap and get her hands on. This will be Reed and Timrak. Dahlstream is there. Moros gets it out, and this will be a throw-in on the near side for Seattle. Becky Sauerbrunn, and that's dangerously in front. Look out, Rapinoe looking for another angle, looking for somewhere to lay it off. She does, far side. Rapinoe continues her run towards the center. Here comes Seattle, shot from the far side, and Barnhart is there to scoop it up again. And there will be a substitution coming for Seattle as Foxhoven is set to check in. Danielle Foxhoven, Portland product. The Seattle team has several Portland players on the roster, including Ellie Reed and Stephanie Cox. Dahlstream, second half sub. Here's Merritt Mathias making another run down that right side. Becky Sauerbrunn was there to shut it down. Timrak battling Reed and Dahlstream and Fishlock. Fletcher. We're in the final 10 minutes of regulation. Two subs awaiting to enter the game, one for each side. Liz Bogus for FC Kansas City and Danielle Foxhoven for Seattle. Now Seattle pressuring again. This one comes in front. Kim Little is there, but it's headed away. Now Jen Buskowski will get it out of danger, and there's a run coming. Rodriguez, Shea Groom. Shea Groom, the rookie. Still Shea Groom. Up to Rodriguez. She'll have a shot if she wants it, and it's nicely defended. By Fletcher. Now out front, here's Holiday. One more just might do it for FC Kansas City. Molly talked about the speed that Shea Groom has. We just saw it right there. Going right in against the #1 goalkeeper in the world. And now we will get the substitutions. Foxhoven first for Seattle. Liz Bogus for FC Kansas City. Erica Timrak will give way here in minute 82. And she'll get a nice ovation from the home crowd. And Merritt Mathias also gets a nice hand from the crowd that used to be her home crowd. After spending her first 2 years with FC Kansas City. So Liz Bogus in for the Blues. Danielle Foxhoven for the Reign. Reign trying to find an equalizer. Here's Fishlock. Mentioned Merritt Mathias, former FC Kansas City player. Liz Bogus, former Seattle player. Came into the club last year. And here's Amy Rodriguez waiting for a pass from Holiday. Still Holiday trying to fight through, and boy, she has had a frustrating night in the middle, just trying to find that final finishing pass. Holiday, she's been fantastic, just wants to get that last one. Throw in for Seattle on the far side. Second appearance in the campaign for Bogus for FC Kansas City. Does a little bit of everything for Coach Andonovski. She can start, come in as a sub, give you everything she's got. Now a shot from distance from Fishlock, and that was way off target. Minute 84. Barnhart will take her time. Calm, cool, and professional. There's Heather O'Reilly, Shea Groom. Still on the ball, sent across the middle. FC Kansas City looking for another one. And now Seattle will try to launch the counter. Winters. Ahead to Foxhoven. Now Liz Bogus has it. Liz Bogus, by the way, speaking of substitutions, she never subs out. She's an iron woman for FC Kansas City. Started all 24 games last year, plus the 2 playoff games. Played another 22 in 2013. College at Notre Dame, never missed a game. Seattle looking for the equalizer. Reed. Weskowski being harassed by Fishlock. It's Holiday. Now here's Liz Bogus just into the game, and it's just a yard and a half too far. Throw in on the near side for Seattle. Another substitution here. This will be Yale Averbush, who started the first 2 games for FC Kansas City, but did not start this one, as the Blues were looking for a little bit of a spark. So Averbush is into the game. 3rd appearance in 3 games. The first one is a sub. And a nice hand for Heather O'Reilly as she finishes her time here at FC Kansas City before she heads off to train with the national team ahead of World Cup 2015 in Canada. A nice performance, a lot of runs. Very quick runs.
Yeah, bringing in Averbush will give FC Kansas City a little bit more of a defensive cushion now. That time is dwindling.
Averbush, 22 matches with the Washington Spirit last year, also time with the Arsenal Ladies. International experience. Blues will try to hold on. We're at minute 87. Let's see at least 1, maybe 2 minutes added on. There was the goal by FC Kansas City. Seattle looking for that equalizer. Both these teams lost last week. Seattle 3-2 away to Chicago after winning their season opener 5-1 against Western New York. Send it in again, and Nicole Barnhart will scoop it up. FC Kansas City coming off a 3-1 loss to the Washington Spirit, and that followed their 1-0 defeat in the home opener to Sky Blue FC. Next up for FC Kansas City, a couple of road games, May 2nd at the Houston Dash, May 8th against the Western New York Flash out on the East Coast. Molly, that's up in your neck of the woods, right?
That's right.
Like it? You gonna make the trip?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. And they will not be back home until May. So the Blues will be back on May 14th against Western New York. So back-to-back games against the Flash, and May 23rd against the Chicago Red Stars. Seattle will be home Saturday, May 2nd to the Washington Spirit. Back on the road May 9th at Sky Blue FC, and then home again on May 30th against the Chicago Red Stars. Chicago, like FC Kansas City, has 4 players from their side who will be with the U.S. Women's National Team at World Cup 2015 in Canada. Fishlock. Foxhoven. Blues trying to clear it out. Reed is there to cut it off. Bogus gets it right back. Here's Holiday. Try to launch maybe one last counter. Buskowski. Out wide to Groom. Shea Groom, the rookie. And she's taken down and fouled. Be a free kick for the Blues. Another look at the rookie sliding in. As they walk into the shadows of the light towers on the far side. Sounds like an oxymoron, the shadows of the light towers, but it is a shadow cast by the post. Solo will try to quickly get it out. Minute 89. FC Kansas City holding on to a 1-0 lead. Amy Rodriguez with a second half goal. It's Buskowski. Moros. Buskowski. Dahlstream runs into her and grabs it. Dahlstream's been a solid sub here in the second half for Seattle. Fishlock. Rapinoe making a run. Out of the far side, Seattle on the whistle is whistle. The flag is up. 2 minutes will be added on. 2 minutes of added time. And it's a great thing to say you'll see 6 players from this game playing in the World Cup in Canada, but if you're the team that's losing those players, might not be so much fun. Again, for Seattle, Hope Solo and Megan Rapinoe. For FC Kansas City, Amy Rodriguez, Lauren Holiday, Heather O'Reilly, and Becky Sauerbrunn all leaving after this game to get ready to represent the United States at the World Cup. 1999, the last time the U.S. won. FC Kansas City try to kill a little time, and Hope Solo will try to get it out as fast as she can. We're into the first minute. Added time. Seattle, can they find an equalizer? This is what got them last week in their 3-2 loss. They gave up one late. Try to steal a point on the road here against the defending champions. And we are just about into that second minute of added time. We can hear a whistle at any time in the Blues. Shea Groom, this could be on. The local kid, and she's down on a heap. The flag is up on the far side, and this will be with Seattle. So
That touch by Rodriguez just looked effortless, and it was right into the path of Shea Groom.
Outstanding. Fishlock sending it dead ahead. Barnhart will get there, and we should hear a whistle any moment now. FC Kansas City looking for their first win of the campaign, 2015, after opening the defeats. And there is the final whistle. There it is. Molly, this was great for the defending champs. You know, they wanted to come out and defend their trophy, start the season strong. They were disappointed after losing the first 2, but to get one here in this new place, this Swope Soccer Village, a great place to get the first win of the full 3 points.
Such a good result, and I didn't want to jinx it earlier, but before the game, Andonovski was so confident. He told the girls, look, I'm not nervous. After our first 3 games last year, we had 1 point. After our first 3 games this year, we'll have 3. So it's pretty exciting, great win for the team. And another thing the girls were talking about was, hey, listen, we opened our season at home at Sporting Park. It's not really our home venue. So they're going to say, let's be undefeated at the Swope Soccer Village this year. They were undefeated at home last year, and they want to try to do it again.
Well, they are now. Seattle certainly had their chances. They were dangerous on set pieces all night, whipping the ball in the box, just unable to get that final touch. But a great effort by the visitors from Seattle. But it's FC Kansas City on the strength of an Amy Rodriguez goal. And now she is off to the World Cup along with her Blues teammates, Lauren Holiday, Heather O'Reilly, and Becky Sauerbrunn. And Seattle Reign will send their 2 as well, Megan Rapinoe and Hope Solo, and we wish them luck in their final preparations 3 send-off series games before heading north of the border. Molly, that was fun, wasn't it?
That was fun.
All right, Molly Dreska joining us on the broadcast today. We thank you for joining us wherever you are this evening. FC Kansas City, the winner tonight, 1-0 on their home field for the Seattle, their first win of the season. They take the full 3 points. Also thanks to Brad Zimmerman, our broadcast engineer. Great job tonight. We'll see you from Kansas City, Missouri. Thank you. Good night.